You think you know what a property is worth until you try to rent it. And suddenly, you're staring at 3 comps with wildly different floor plans, wondering if you're about to lose thousands of dollars a year. Every real estate investor hits this wall. The 2-bedroom with a den is renting for $2,200. The 1-bedroom with a bonus room is at $1,850. And your 2-bedroom flat is sitting vacant because you priced it at $2,400 based on pure optimism. Here's what nobody tells you when you're scrolling through Zillow at 2 in the morning. Layout differences can swing your monthly income by 15 to 30%, and most investors just guess. The catalyst behind every miscalculation is treating square footage like it's the only variable that matters, when really you're dealing with bedroom count, bathroom ratios, flow, natural light, storage, and whether that office nook actually counts as livable space. Think of rent comps like comparing apples to oranges to some weird hybrid citrus nobody's named yet. You need a system that translates features into dollar values, and it starts with isolating your baseline. Find the closest match in bedroom count and square footage, then adjust up or down for every meaningful difference. 6 months ago, everyone thought they could just add $50 per bedroom and call it science. Now, with inventory flooding certain markets and vacancy rates creeping up in tertiary cities, those lazy formulas are leaving units empty for months while investors bleed holding costs. The psychology here is brutal because you anchored your expectations to that one perfect comp you found, and now you're defending a fantasy. I've watched seasoned investors reject 20 comparable properties because none of them had the exact kitchen island configuration, as if granite countertops justify a $400 premium in a class neighborhood. Real estate cycles have taught us this pattern before. In 2008, everyone thought open floor plans commanded infinite premiums until suddenly they didn't. The dot-com boom saw loft conversions in industrial areas rent for tech worker rates, then crash when the jobs evaporated, proving that layout desirability is tied to economic momentum and demographic shifts. Here's the cycle in one sentence. Markets overpay for trendy features, correct when fundamentals reassert themselves, then slowly rebuild premium pricing as the next wave of buyers discovers the same features. The smartest investors I know, the ones who survive multiple downturns, will tell you that a 2-bedroom, 1-bath always outperforms a 1-bedroom, 2-bath in family-oriented submarkets. But you'd be shocked how many people ignore this. Let me kill the biggest misconception right now. More bedrooms do not automatically mean more rent. What matters is the use case. A 3-bedroom railroad apartment with no common space rents for less than a 2-bedroom with a proper living room because nobody wants to walk through their roommate's bedroom to reach the kitchen. The actionable framework is this. Start with your baseline comp. Add $75 to $150 per additional bedroom, $50 to $75 per bathroom. Adjust down 10 to 15% for awkward layouts like galley kitchens or windowless rooms, and factor in 5 to 8% premiums for in-unit laundry or dedicated parking. Test your number against at least 5 comps, not 1. And if you're more than 10% higher than the median, you're gambling, not investing. The historical lesson from every market cycle is that liquidity beats perfection. A unit rented at 95% of theoretical max is better than one sitting empty at 110%. Moderate risk means pricing at the 50th to 60th percentile of your comp range, not swinging for the 75th percentile and praying some tenant validates your thesis. Your strategy has to be unemotional. If 3 comps cluster around 1,900 and one outlier hit 2,300 because it had a 2-month free rent concession you didn't notice, you ignore the outlier. Process beats conviction every single time, which is why disciplined investors run the numbers on paper, adjust for qualitative factors, then list 5% below their gut instinct. Position sizing matters here too. If you're levered at 85% loan to value, you cannot afford to guess wrong on rents because 3 months of vacancy wipes out your annual cash flow. The irony is that the investors most confident in their pricing are usually the ones who've never actually managed a vacancy through a soft market. We've all missed hype cycles and learned this the hard way. I once held out for an extra $150 a month on a unit, sat vacant for 90 days, and lost $13,000 in opportunity costs to save $1,800 annually. The lesson is that the market doesn't care about your spreadsheet, and flexibility is a feature, not a bug. Philosophically, what matters most is that you size your investment correctly from the start, ran conservative numbers, and built-in margin for error so that even if your layout quirks cost you $200 a month, you're still cash flowing. Discipline means accepting that you'll never know the perfect price, only a range, and operating inside that range with humility. I'm completely comfortable with any outcome because I've stress tested my assumptions, checked my ego at the door, and built a process that works whether rents rise, fall, or stay flat. If you want to find investment properties where you can practice these principles or sell your own investment properties to other investors, check out www.growthsense.com.